Hello everyone, I'm going to be going over my all-new remastered Swingliner. I've done a lot to this machine to make it perform better, as well as more ergonomic. It is now cartridge only, and you do not lose any performance using it with a cartridge. One of the things you'll notice is how ergonomic it is. That so you see where the center of gravity is, where I hold the machine. It's pretty much the tube vise weighs as much as the whole body with the motor and everything. So it feels very low and very balanced in the hand. You can easily use a rubber band to help pull down if you're using a very stiff cartridge. You can see right in here there's a little groove that runs along this plunger tip. And you can take a rubber band and you can play with different size rubber bands if you feel necessary to loop around in this little groove here and help pull down the bar. I haven't really had a need to do this. I don't use a lot of really high tension cartridges, and I haven't had any issues with the machine heating up. But if you do, and you like to hang your needle out really far, that's going to add a lot more tension on your cartridge, then you may want to consider putting this rubber band along there to just take the load off of the machine a little bit. Just like my old Swingliner, flipping the polarity is going to change the hit from a sharper hit to a little bit more of a passive hit. I still wanted it on both sides to be a good liner, so it's a little bit harder to tell until you're tattooing which side's the hard side or the passive side, but there's a definite difference. Right now I'm going to run this at about 5.5 volts, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So positive side is up, it's on the sharp side. I'm going to go positive down. It's a very minute audible sound, but when it hits the skin on the passive side, it just has a little bit more dampening and allows you to use a 3-liner with a lot of precision without having to worry about blowing out the line. Five and a half volts with an 11-liner. I really like this machine for both lining and shading. It puts in nice flat lines and it shades effortlessly. Here I am shading with a 9 mag. You can turn it down to 5 volts. And I'm still on, I'm on the passive side here. And it's gentle, but it still puts it in really smooth without irritation, and I can still get a nice little whip out of it. I usually run it between 4.5 volts and 5.5 volts, but you can definitely run it higher. I just don't think you get much more performance out of it because of the way how effective the hit is. You don't have to run it very fast. Right now at 5.5 volts, it's going pretty good, and you can definitely just sink a needle end to the skin and just go. Turn around on the sharper side and see how that is. And it definitely is more get down to business on this end. It's not invasive or really jarring. But it's a lot more effortless. And it's a lot more off the tip. I mean, I can just get right up next to the corner and I know I'm right on that corner. At 6 volts there. I would probably use a 11-liner or 14-liner at 6 volts. But I've also used 14 liners at 5.5 volts, just depending on how you want to run your machine. You can definitely perform at whatever voltage range. It's just about how you feel you want to use your hand.